Rethinking the American dream. Rethinking it. Is it still here? We'll talk about that in a second. I'm going to say hi to my super chatters, my inner circle members. Those are the people that got the IC next to their name, and people that are just saying hi. So, hi, Craig. Hi, Bill, Mary, Arthur, John, Randy, Eric, Jody, Deborah, Jerome, Lisa Marie, Mike, Kai, Kelly, Sandy. Thank you so much, you guys, for getting on here. And hi, James. How are you? And we'll go ahead and get started. Hi, Peter. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject and title is Rethinking the American Dream. Rethinking the American Dream. Now, the first thing I want to say to each and every one of you is that did you have a dream when you were young? See, it's really amazing. And I know this is going to go out to all kinds of different countries. In fact, I've seen Peter and a number of people on here from different countries. And so just stay with the concept here. So again, the whole composition is there's that song out there, don't give up your daydream. And a lot of people like myself when we were young were called daydreamers. And what I think is very unique is that some of the lyrics at the beginning of the song is when we were kids, we wanted to be astronauts and rock stars. No one said we couldn't do it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, then all of a sudden you're 18 and you got to give up you got to go for your plan B because your plan A is too risky. And that dream, that American dream, when I grew up, a lot of people, Matthew and my sons, Robert Hollis Jr. and Kyle, we talk about this all the time because when I grew up in the 70s and 80s, going to school, it's like America was kicking ass. I mean, the average family had, a lot of people had their homes paid off. They had good jobs. The whole concept of, working hard, getting a job and working for 40, 40, 40, Craig Jackman says it all the time. We'll work for 40 hours a day, 40 hours a week for 40 years to have Social Security pay us 40% on what we struggled to live on before. So the whole concept of staying with one company and getting the watch and getting the retirement, do you believe that still exists? Do you believe that still exists? And so when I look at in the 2000s, I was doing presentations and I would say to people all the time, how many people have a college degree? And I was pretty blown away. It was, doing presentations in California. It was a large amount. It was over 50% of people had a college degree. And then I would say to them, are you currently using that college degree to make income? And always there would be like, 80% of the people that raised their hands would go down because I don't know what the statistics are today, but there was a time when people would say that an average person, instead of working 40 years for one company, actually changed careers, total careers multiple times in their lives, so we're supposed to work, from what till 18 or 18. I don't even know what the age of starting to work is. I guess to get out of the house. Me, I wanted money to get a bicycle. So I can remember like yesterday, I 13, 14 years old, I got a paper route, right? And so I always wanted to do things, mow lawns or fix bikes or do whatever I could to make income. But going back to the rethinking of the American dream is as it continues to move. And Jerome, thank you so much for being a super chatter. The orphans are going to love it. I love and appreciate you very much. And so I just want each and every one of you to really understand that the first key to anything is finding what you want. So in this, so we could actually talk about what is your dream? And you'll find out that a majority of the people that I ask, and I'm saying majority, I'll say 95%, when I ask them what they want, they do not know what they want. So if there's ever been a really big change in what I see as not only America, but I've been blessed to travel the world, is a lot of people have what is called um, learned hopelessness. It's like they really, really, truly believe in their heart that the game is rigged against them. They really believe that the governments, the countries, that everything, because we become who we hang around, and we basically adapt the same kind of environment and things that we're around. So if you're around a bunch of people that don't believe that there is an American dream or a dream in your country, then it's already defeated. You know, Henry Ford couldn't read or write, and he was smart enough to know that if you say that you can't, you can't. And if you say that you can, you can. So I'm going to get there in a second, but I just wanted to talk about, when I grew up, there was this certain stuff that I knew. And that's why I have that phrase. If what you know that you know that you know for a fact, you know it, and it wasn't true, when would you like to know? And so I've been able to shape that around a whole book called, How Is That Working? Rat Race to Freedom. And you can go to roberthollis.com/free and get the book for free. Now, this was written in 2012, and the things are getting, in my opinion, things have gotten easier. So see, it becomes who you hang around, where, my son Matthew has really taught me a lot and continues to show me things with artificial intelligence. And one of the things that they're finding out is that for a company like Coca-Cola to hit $1 billion was like a huge deal, like Microsoft. Then all of a sudden, you got social media companies that were hitting $1 billion in less time. And now all of a sudden, you got new AI companies that are hitting $1 billion before a year. Can you imagine becoming a company, and when the dot boom and the internet hit, that there's going to be companies that are going to hit billion dollar status, be worth over $1 billion. And they're not only going to do quicker than any, but they're also going to do it with fewer people. So there used to be this thing that unless you had 1 million or more employees, like a Walmart or like a petroleum company, the only way that you could get to this $1 trillion status, yeah, Apple's in that $1 trillion status. But when you look at Apple, they're now growing just as fast as they've always been. Matthew and I and Craig had this conversation about, Tim Cook is actually, the company is starting to exponentially grow, that it's almost worth $3 trillion, right? So in the midst of everyone saying that there's no longer the American dream, I'm saying that the American dream that you were taught, that you were told on how to make it happen, that could be gone. But in the midst of everything evolving, when there's certain ways that are no longer there, then all of a sudden you get exposed to other ideas, like Jim Rogan. I mean, I don't even know if this guy went to college, but to get paid hundreds of millions of dollars for having your podcast. The guy gets on there and gets to interview people that he's interested in learning from. So I know there's some people look at it and go, yeah, but that's Joe Rogan. Well, Joe Rogan is who? Then you hear about these people making all these money from podcasts. And then you hear all these people that are making money from Instagram and social media and TikTok. We have an inner circle member named Corky, and we're going right into Santa Corky. And the guy has like 1.5 million followers on Telegram. This guy makes a full-time income. And oh, by the way, he is young. You know what I mean? He's in his 70s. And so we're starting to see, and I know that some of you will go, oh, I just want to bring up a point, but hey, here it is. But you have all these people right now that are making money off these paid sites like OnlyFans. And your mind immediately goes, well, I just don't think that's ethical. I don't think that's right. That shouldn't be done. It is the oldest profession in the world. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about money or religion or politics or sex. They don't want to talk about that. But it is a pretty good motivator. And it seems to make trillions of dollars, right? And so I just want to say this to you, that if people right now are making a full-time income, and a full-time income, your definition of a dream, your definition of what is a good income is your definition. Your definition of success or love is your definition. But if you don't know what that definition is, then how can you ever achieve it? So in this day and age, if someone said to me, I don't think the American dream exists, I can show you thousands of stories. I didn't say one. I didn't say 10. I didn't say 100. Thousands of stories of people right now that are making double the average income in America, which is $54,000 a household. So we're talking thousands of people that make over $100,000 a year. Thousands. Now, if a person looks at those and just says in their mind, I don't want to be a part of that dream, well, then that's your decision, right? That's your opinion and your decision. But my wife talks about this all the time. She cannot scroll on social media without finding people that have totally replaced their income and making millions of dollars by affiliate programs. So a lot of people to think that they don't know what an affiliate program is. And they don't know that they can go out to Apple or Tesla, get a free affiliate link. And then guess what? Now you got to learn to communicate. You got to find a way to learn to connect and talk to other people. Every business on the planet needs customers, right? And so if Amazon can have 200 million Prime members and make $4 billion a month, there's now people that are going, what's this subscription model? What's this affiliate model? What's this Amazon model? So saying that the American dream is gone, in my opinion, is a lie. And the reason why is I've been living it for 37 years. Do I do different things now that I did 37 years ago? Oh, hell yeah. Doing a video, with the cam talking on YouTube is something that I don't think I even did, let's just say 2 years ago. I started out doing Facebook Lives every day, then switched it to YouTube. And, the money that the Hollis organization makes off our YouTube channel, is every one of you would not, if I told you that I was going to send you $18 or $1,900 every month if you just sent me your PayPal address or your Venmo address, every one of you would go, are you just going to send me that money? And I go, yeah, you guys would be sending it. So was it simple? It based on your attitude. Everything is your attitude. So how many of you that watched me now have 1,100 videos on YouTube? How many of you think that I have fun doing these videos? See, all it was I found out that there's people that are making a lot of freaking money. Mr. Beast, how can you make millions, listen to me, millions of dollars a month and give away millions of dollars a month. So he's not the only one. You guys could go to Google and say, who are the top 10 affiliates with Amazon? Who are the top 10 earners in YouTube? What's the top 10 money earners of Instagram or TikTok? You can find that information right on Google. So see, you can't say that the dream is dead. It's like if you're going to a place that you always wanted to go to Vegas or New York. If the way that you used to get to New York is no longer available, that doesn't mean people are not visiting New York. Maybe at one time when I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, Conyers, I could fly to New York on Value Jet. Well, Value Jet had a couple of problems. They crashed a couple of airplanes and killed some people. And so Value Jet no longer exists. It probably just changed its name and call ourselves Southwest or JetBlue or something. But I no longer can use Value Jet to get to New York. I might have to find a different vehicle. So all the things that you thought, me and my sons have this debate all the time, is do I believe you need more money to live today than you did when I grew up? The answer is absolutely yes. And not by a little bit, a lot. But the difference for me, I say to my sons, is there wasn't very many options for Bobby Hollis. Dyslexic, not good in school, and there wasn't a lot of options for me. So when all of a sudden I was told that I couldn't be a mechanic anymore, I'm not one of those people that go, well, life's over for me. Life's over for me. I'm just going to game the system and struggle my whole life. No, I can remember yelling out to the universe, God, help me. Help me. I'm open-minded. My mind's like a parachute. I want it open. I'm open to learning. And then I also had the government or the state, whoever runs workman's comp, that's what you get when you paid so much money in. Now they say, well, listen, we'll pay you like an unemployment, we'll pay you workman's comp, but it's under a couple of scrutiny things that you got to do. One is you got to look for employment. And two, if you can't go back into the career that you got hurt in, you got to learn a new career. So 9 months of losing everything, having no electricity, having a repo guy trying to follow me around to take my used car that I got a pawn loan on, and also getting evicted out of my apartment. It's like I'm going to be homeless if I don't figure out how to get money in a couple of weeks. And so I can tell you that instead of being inspired or looking for inspiration, I was definitely running in desperation. And so then I get introduced to a guy that makes $62,000 a month, that's 4 years older than me, that used to work at a tire store. And I get that a lot of people, when they look at other ways to make money, I get where you talk yourself out of it. Rah, rah, Dino, you know what I mean? We got all these voices. I can't do it. I'm a people person. I'm not a people person. I don't have enough time. I'm too busy. I got too many things going on in my life. I'm sick. I'm ugly. I'm old, whatever the stupid excuse is. And I get having those thoughts in your head until you got to do or die. See, when all of a sudden I'm going to be homeless, I don't have family to rely on. I gotta find something. So when someone says that they'll teach me how to, I asked him, he said what my magic number was. I said 3,800. I need to come up with $3,800 by the end of the month. I'm homeless. It's like all of a sudden, I meet a guy, he tells me what to do, And then even when I sort of doubted it just for a little bit, he goes, Robert, I know you don't understand this compensation plan, but there's one point that you need to understand. I said, okay. He says, it's an equal opportunity. See, it doesn't make a difference how young or old you are, male, female, what religion. It doesn't make a difference where you grew up. This is an equal opportunity. No one can hold you back. You can make more than me, and I'll show you how. But you need to understand that I get paid off your volume, the volume that you create, the amount of purchases that are purchased in your group. So I need you to think of this thought really simple. What would benefit me to share with you things that didn't work? And I know that you're going to think this immediately. You're going to go, that doesn't make sense to me. Of course it doesn't make sense to you. You've never made $62,000 a month. Yeah, but why can't I just sell stuff to my friends and family? Why can't I just like go to a company that has a bunch of cruise ships and just get a big deal and then just do that? See, I understand why you're currently making the income that you're making, Robert. Why? Because you got a lot of unproven ideas that you get excited about, and then you try to execute them. And when you don't execute them, then you just keep trying and failing. See, why wouldn't you want to learn to master the mundane? Do something simple. Because when you help the masses make money, did you hear what I said? When you help the masses make money, then you get to dine with the classes. So you got to learn something that's simple and easy that other people can duplicate to get results so they get a belief check. Robert, you got to keep this simple. Every time you have a creative idea, take a cold shower. Just do what I tell you to do. Do a lot of it and get your income to where I have my income. And then let's talk about your ideas. Let's talk about your creativity. Let's talk about your crazy dreams that you have. But between now and the time that I get you to a place where money doesn't bother you anymore, that you're no longer living in despair, it's just the way it is. If I knew how to get you out of despair, I would do it. But if I share with you something that you learn to get fulfillment and joy out of changing other people's lives, you'll get addicted to it. So the person that serves the most people becomes great. The person that helps the most people gets the most fulfillment, happiness, and impact. And it's like, that's not what I learned. Of course it's not. So in this video of rethinking the American dream, the first thing that I would like to ask every one of you is figure out how to dream again. I used 6-phase meditation years ago. It was from a book called The Code to the Extraordinary Mind, done by Vision Lakhani, that has hundreds of thousands of subscribers on Mind Valley. So I love following people that have a subscription model that are helping other people. It just makes sense to me. It just makes a lot of sense to me. And that's what, inner circle is really for me. And so the first step would learn to dream again. So once you start dreaming, thank you, Eric. Love and appreciate you so much. I just love my super chatters. So once you start dreaming, then all of a sudden you're going to need a way to make those dreams happen. And then when you find a simple way of doing that, you either now get to make a choice of whether you're going to do it or not. whether you're going to make it a priority, whether you're going to be the master of recreating the wheel instead of just knowing that, my wife and I, not bragging, just got a brand new Plaid S, Model S Tesla, 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds, 152 miles an hour in the quarter mile, 200 mile an hour top speed. The thing is an amazing, amazing vehicle. Amazing vehicle. It still has wheels on it. It still has rubber wheels on it. Anyway, I know there's a bunch of people that want to live the dream regardless of the country they are in. And their whole life will be doing nothing but just creating, just create, imagination, imagination, imagination. Just know that you can really create and make imagination happen for you and other people if you would focus on just getting money out of the way. See, we know money doesn't buy happiness, but neither does poverty, neither does struggle. And so I'll take this statement from Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was asked, what's the biggest difference in his life between what it was and what it is? He says, I no longer have despair in my life. What would it be like to help other people no longer have learned hopelessness in their life? They're excited about moving forward. So you become who you hang around. So if you hang around a bunch of people that are dreamers and they're constantly visualizing and emotionally getting involved in what their life's going to be like 3 years from now, then it forces you to find a vehicle where you can make that happen. And when you realize that there's people like me out there that have not only done it, but taught a lot of other people how to do it, from poor countries and Hungary and Romania to Nigeria to the Philippines. It's just understand that there is a way to do this. What makes it difficult and why most people give up on their dreams is because they never surrendered. They never found a person that was documented in helping other people be fulfilled and happy. And they never surrendered and followed that path. See, a lot of people would love to be in martial arts. There's just very few black belts, right? There's very few black belts. You don't get to sit around your sensei at the dojo and tell him you have great ideas. Hey, I think the pattern would be better this way. I think if we did the kick this way, it's like, listen, this is the way we do it, and this is the way you're going to learn it. Well, I don't like people telling me what to do, and I'm a dreamer, and I'm going to come up with my own martial arts. Good luck. Well, good luck with that. So I love and appreciate you. I believe that you can do it. And first, learn to dream again. Hang around people, because there's thousands and thousands of successful stories on how to make money and have freedom in this day and age while making an impact and giving to others. It's there. But if you don't believe it's there, you're never going to find it. And then once you find someone that's doing that, you sort of got to say you don't know how to get there. You got to sort of humble yourself, surrender, and follow a proven method to get to where you got to go. People can't take you to a place they've never been. So I love and appreciate you. Please do me a huge favor. Share this video with others. Again, American dream. We know it's in every country dream. And I love and appreciate you. Take care. See you on the next video. Bye for now.